Thank you very much and welcome all to my presentation. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Have you ever wondered why some employees are more satisfied with their job while others they feel very stressful and they are willing to resign? Well, this is my topic is about. It's all about. I'm very interested to know how people they are engaging and how they can perform highly in their work. شلون غير؟ شلون؟ هني؟ هذا؟ Okay, so work stress has become globally critical issues in various organizations and also across different sectors. So educator, especially we are talking about education sectors, educators who are struggling to manage their job-related stress often experience decline in their job performance. So as a result, many educators are leaving their positions. Despite that, there is a scarcity of research examining how leadership in various contexts impact employee well-being. Namely, we are going to specify job satisfaction and job stress. Okay? So what is this research is all about? It's about exploring the relationship between transformational leadership and teacher well-being in the context of Bahrain and Qatar. And the second aim is to examine, because we are not only examining the direct relationship, we are examining the indirect relationship. So we are examining the psychological capital as a mediator between transformational leadership and teacher well-being. So we'll move very fast here, but I just would like to mention what previous studies already found. Like among the merit of leadership theories, transformational leadership has emerged as a pivotal framework because of this style. The transformational leadership style is characterized by their ability to inspire and motivate the employees through the constructive feedback, the emotional support that they provide for their employees and followers. To frame this investigation, we are going to use we are going to highlight two important theories here, the social cognitive theory and the conversation of the resources theory. So among the previous studies, some studies, they investigate the direct relationship, while, as I said, some researchers argued that it's important to also practice the influence of transformational leadership on employee well-being through the mediational process. Okay, so this is my research conceptual model. We can see here that we have the transformational leadership as the independent variable, how it's affecting or influencing employee well-being through a mediational process. So we are not only investigating the direct, but we are investigating the indirect. So each arrow will have two hypotheses. So it's basically three hypotheses, but I have sub-hypotheses under each one. So the first hypothesis is going to examine the transformation leadership on the job stress and job satisfaction, which is the employee well-being. So this is a direct relationship, but we are mainly also interested in investigating the indirect relationship, as we can see in hypothesis number 2 and 3. أفضلي أنا مو عارفة. Okay, Bismillah. Okay, so the research methodology, we have applied or implemented quantitative research design, and it is a cross-sectional approach. We use the online survey or online questionnaire. It was distributed to 205 teachers from a private educational institution in both countries, Bahrain and Qatar. And our research question is, there is a transformation, or does transformational leadership influence employee well-being in the context of education, Bahrain and Qatar? And more importantly is, to what extent does psychological capital mediate this relationship between transformational leadership and employee well-being? Okay, so we have analyzed the data and we use the conformity factor. I think I lose it. We have analyzed the data and we have used the conformity factor analysis, okay, and to evaluate the reliability and the validity. And we specifically, the SEM, the structural equation model, it has been used to test the hypothesis. Okay, what we have found. Okay, what we have found that there is a strong relationship, or sorry, before the strong relationship, we can explain this table 1, which describes the descriptive statistic of all constructs. Okay, and as it's shown in table 1, the mean scores between 3.2 to 3.9, and we have found that the resilience has the highest mean, while job stress has the lowest mean. Transformational leadership has a positive influence or a positive correlation with the or association with the self-efficacy and resilience and job satisfaction also. Okay, in this model, you can see the SEM model analysis that we have run to test the hypothesis, okay? And all the hypotheses that the p-value, it was significant, and all the hypothesis was supported except for the third hypothesis, which is resilience does not show any mediation on the relationship between transformational leadership and job satisfaction. Okay, so what does the result tell us? It tells us about, or firstly, we have, as I said, we have found a positive association between transformational leadership and employee job satisfaction in the context of Bahrain and Qatar. This was already aligned with the, or this is aligned with the previous research, who demonstrate also a positive link between transformational leadership and job satisfaction in the context of Greece. However, our finding in the research is in contrast with the finding from Ethiopia, where researchers observed only a weak to moderate relationship between transformational leadership and job satisfaction. Maybe it's of the this maybe can be discussed in relation to the government political issues or systems in the Ethiopian context, which make it difficult for the school administrator to practice such a type of transformational leadership. Okay, and also we have found that there is a inverse relationship between transformational leadership and job stress. Why? Because transformational leadership, they help in reducing the job stress. That's why there is a inverse relationship. Now, regarding the mediation analysis, self-efficacy partially mediate the connection between transformational leadership and job stress, and also they play a role in the connection between transformational leadership and job satisfaction. However, in the resilience, as we said, they do not mediate the relationship between transformational leadership and job satisfaction, but it's partially mediate the link between transformational leadership and job stress. Okay, so to conclude, we have found that the study reveal a robust positive link between transformational leadership and employee well-being. However, we cannot generalize the finding of this study due to the small sample size, resulting difficulties in approaching the participants. However, this study offers multiple significant implications from a theoretical point. It expands the literature, especially in the field of education in the Kingdom of Bahrain and Qatar, because there is very few studies that have been implemented to study the impact of transformational leadership and employee well-being. On a practical level, we can say that it shed the light on the key factor that influence the job satisfaction and the job stress, which maybe it help to provide valuable contribution to understand the workplace dynamics in the education sector, which will help the school administrator to understand more how they can motivate or how they can raise their employees' job satisfaction. And that's it. Thank you very much.